Hi, hope you're all well. Just thought I'd come on and do a video today. Not relating to the marathon or anything, but thought I would do a video about my menopause story. Just as a different sort of video to the marathon. I'm currently 38 and I started going through the menopause at 34, which is obviously a very unusual age to be going through the menopause, as most people are in their mid to late 40s when they start going through the menopause. So I thought I would do a little video and upload it just for another kind of experience out there, so just in case there's anyone in a similar situation that's going through it, and in case it helps them. So I've noted down some questions to kind of answer that I thought would have been beneficial to me at the time. So my first question is, when did I start having symptoms? Okay, so I started having symptoms at around 32, 33. Again, it was like the hot flashes was like the first one. But it was around the time where it was like a summertime, and I thought that might have explained it away. But even on times where it was a cooler day, I'd be waking up sweating, or I'd literally be sitting early evening and just feel as though I'd just done like a massive workout and was like bright red. So that was kind of like the first main symptom that I sort of noticed. And the other main symptom that I noticed was that my cycle of my periods changed. So I'd started having periods when I was 10, and I'd been quite lucky in that I'd always been regular to the kind of date, and I'd been able to plot. And there was 2 months on the bounce that they started being out by like a few days or an extra week, and then 1 month I didn't have a period for 4 months, which for me is completely unusual. And there was absolutely no chance I was pregnant, so there was no reason for me to not have a period for like 4 months. And the doctor went to the doctor because that was like the main change in my body. And the doctor, who, I don't know if this makes a difference, I felt like it kind of did for me and my kind of journey. I had a male doctor that I went to speak to, who was like, yeah, we'll monitor it. Are you sure you're not pregnant? Is there any chance? Is there a small... I'm a gay woman, so no chance I was ever going to be pregnant. But but I felt very much dismissed because of my age. So I went away going, okay, well, I'll keep a little eye on it. And then, since then, so we're now what, kind of 38, or like 5 years later, 4 or 5 years later, I'm still really irregular. I can go months with none, have one, maybe two, and then go months without any again. So yeah, hot flashes were just horrific. Like, they are really, really bad. Like in the middle of winter when it's like -1 and the snow on the floor, I'm literally, the ready brat kid has got nothing on me. Where it kind of starts in your toes and works its way up. But yeah, and it was just, and you kind of feel like you're going a bit crazy because you're in your mid-30s, and you feel like an old woman. And then when you go into your doctors for help, you're kind of just a bit dismissed. Um, so obviously my menopause you um, can either be surgically induced or it's kind of natural. Um, so obviously mine isn't surgical, so I've had nothing removed in order to induce menopause. So I'm just, I don't want to say bad luck, but it's just really unfortunate that I've gone through the menopause in my mid 30s instead of my mid 40s. Um, and I think that played a part in not getting kind of support at the time. Um, so yeah, it took doctors about 2 or 3 years to really kind of help. And a big thing for me was when I went back um, with kind of a list of symptoms that I had. Um, I saw a female doctor, and I felt like that really, I was taken seriously. Um, and she sat there and she listened and she took all of the information and was like, yeah, this kind of does um, sound like you are going through the menopause. And it literally was a tick sheet of everything, all the symptoms. I had kind of like all of the symptoms of menopause by this point. Um, so yeah, and I had the blood test done to check my hormone levels. Um, so that was, I mean, I'm fine with getting blood done and needles, it doesn't. But that's kind of a conclusive way of them being able to check your levels and where you are and everything. So yes, so that was about end of 2019, so about 18 months ago. Um, so I am what is known as perimenopausal, which just means I'm early menopause, which is a joy. So I um, also was, as a result, I was also diagnosed with anxiety whilst going through all of this as well. And I'll do a separate little video on that because that was just a ball of joy all in itself. Um, so I take kind of medication for the anxiety, but for my menopause, I take no medication. There is HRT that you can take, but at the moment, I don't want to take HRT. At the moment, I might do in the future, but right now, no, I'm alright. So, how I manage my symptoms is that I, um, I just kind of, with the hot flashes or flushes are kind of interchanged and but they mean the same thing. Well, to me, they mean the same thing anyway. So when I get the hot flashes, I literally have kind of fans. Um, I make sure I have like loads of water or ice, depending on where I am. Having really supportive people around you. For example, um, I used to work in a school and we did our end of term kind of day out to celebrate that we'd survived the school year. Um, Literally, as I was getting ready, I'm kind of feeling the hot flashes coming on to the point where I actually couldn't wear any makeup because I was just so warm. And the way you're chatting to everyone as you're getting yourselves ready. Um, the guy I was working with, his nan gave him a fan for me to have when we went out. Little things like that were just brilliant, and that woman is a legend, and I'll be forever grateful because it was used throughout the day, and it was really glam and it fitted in well, and yeah, Nanny Sue, legend. So yeah, so how I manage mine, I just, again, and it's about managing kind of my anxiety within that. Um, So I have like little strategies for that I use, but it's down to kind of foods that I eat. I don't I used to be like a real tea monster, like run on caffeine completely, um, and to the point where I'd have like maybe 3/4 a day, cups of tea a day. Whereas now, some days where I don't even have one cup of tea. That's massively helped. Um, I don't eat a lot of cheese or kind of dairy products. I haven't cut it out completely. I have them. I just don't go overboard anymore. I personally found that that's helped my symptoms. They're not as severe as they used to be. I mean, I'm looking a little bit flushed at the moment, and yeah, and I'm wearing no makeup, so it's not as glam as it sounds. I do a lot of exercise. Obviously, I'm training for this year's London Marathon, but running aside, I do kind of go out for walks and um, do exercise when the gyms are open, just because that helps with with my muscles and my joints and stuff, because I am at risk of um, osteoporosis, which is kind of like brittling of the bones. So it's just a case of doing all of those to help strengthen my kind of joints and my bones. Um, and I just try and make sure that I am as happy-ish as possible. Um, yeah, so I think that is it. If I think of anything else, or there is anything that you would like me to cover regarding the menopause, or my menopause kind of story, leave a little comment below, or any questions that you'd like to know, and I will get back to you soon. So thanks. Give me a like, give me a little comment. Let me know if you are going through the menopause and you have any kind of strategies that might help. Leave a little comment down below and let me know what they are, and I'll give them a try. Always open to trying new things. Yeah, if you're not subscribed, give me a little subscribe, share with all your friends, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, bye.